Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a really amazing IEM, particularly for gaming related purposes and for music listening. This is the Mangird Tea Pro. I had the original tea for a brief period of time. I actually didn't really find them favorable for gaming. These a completely different story. The Mangird Tea Pro going to be getting one of the highest rankings on my list for IEMs, coming in at an A-, and I'll get into a little bit of why. But just take a look at the breathtakingly beautiful faceplate here. Such a tremendously good job from from Xenns on the T Pro with the green and blue fade with gold cursive Mangird written across the top center of the faceplate, and then moving into that black and silver speckle there on the faceplate. The thing I really like about this IEM is the metal alloy chassis just feels, it's like in a matte finish and just feels really, really premium with those ergonomics that just feel amazing. And I really appreciate the ergonomics here because it is going to feel like a heftier IEM than something like the Arete, and it does weigh a bit more. So with those really nice ergonomics on the shell, it's something that you can still wear for a really long duration of time and never get ear discomfort. At least I did not. Now, it does have a nozzle that is a little bit wider as well, a little bit larger than something like the nozzle on the Arete, so keep that in mind as well. It's going to feel like there's a little bit more in your ear, but something, again, I had just absolutely no issues with the comfort at all. So just probably one of the most beautiful IEMs that I've personally ever tested within that kind of like mid-budget tier price range, coming in at $360. This is the cable that comes with. It matches that silver speck on the faceplate. I think the cable could be a little bit higher quality in terms of like the feel of the Y-split, in terms of like the feel of the 2-pin as well, and the interchangeable terminations. But it's a nice cable. It sounds great. It gets the job done. And again, it's nice that it does have an interchangeable termination with 3.5 and 4.4 in the box. Speaking of the box, I mean, just an absolutely beautiful unboxing experience here. It really is a piece of art when you open this thing. Got the driver configuration here. This, of course, not in English, but it is 2 dynamic drivers, 6 balanced armatures. And when you open this thing up, again, it's really like opening a piece of art. The IEM sit here. You've got your accessories with 2 different types of tips. And then you have your carrying case, which, again, matches the artwork and really is a nice, beautiful carrying case to match your beautiful pair of IEMs. Now, to get into the overall sound, which is why we are here for competitive gaming, it is something that does have that level of performance of the Arete, the Canon 2, the Xenns Top. I'm going to give this an A-, and there's a few areas where it, I think, excels past some of the things that we've discussed recently. The separation and layering, and even in music, the separation and layering are absolutely immaculate with really beautiful imaging. This set compared to the Arete is a little bit warmer, but still with that warmth just packs oodles and oodles of detail. Really good separation and layering. It's got a greater sense of sub-bass coming through the mix when you are listening to music compared to the Arete. There's definitely more treble extension, and you will hear a little bit more sparkle in the treble region. But overall, like the sound signature for music, a little bit warmer and a little bit more intimate, but again, packing detail. The mids don't shine through, I think, in music quite to the extent of the Arete. It's a little bit more even keel, but it is a nice, balanced feeling set. Again, one that does lean and favor a little bit more towards warmth with additional sub-bass in quantity and more depth in the bass region than something like the Arete, and in my opinion, the Yanyan Canon 2 as well. When we get into game, so Apex Legends, A and B testing with the Arete, again, it does feel like a little bit more intimate, a little bit warmer, but the detail retrieval here is some of the best that I've heard on IEMs. The imaging depth perception for footsteps and everything that's happening around you is fantastic. Separation and layering are at that A- level, which is, again, some of the most top tier on my ranking list so far. So just a really nice premium set that packs everything you're looking for Apex. immaculate depth perception, a soundstage that's a little bit more intimate where you're getting that emphasis for your crosshair placement for everything that's happening around you. When there's a lot of grenades going off, ultimates going off, the separation is very easy to pinpoint, still hearing footsteps and the light slides that are happening around you and people popping shield cells. And again, it's with that emphasis where when somebody's pushing you, it really just feels like it's helping your micromanagement of your health, your positioning, to really focus on dealing as much damage as you can without taking a lot of damage. So if you've already tried the Arete, this is something that, again, feels a little bit warmer, but still packs that detail and performance. And I do think that during gunfire, there's a little bit less of like a reverb where that would probably be my sticking point. Is it's a little bit cleaner on gunfire when you are listening to critical audio cues. So really good set in that regard. I'll show you guys my in-game thoughts in Call of Duty because I think that's going to be the biggest difference on this set. I think this is a little bit better in Call of Duty than the Canon 2 and the Arete. Just a really, really nice set. And just giving you my general thoughts after testing and A and B testing for hours and hours and hours. The things that get pushed away a little bit are the planes flying overhead, the airstrikes, the mortar strikes, getting pushed away a little bit. But all of the gunfire, again, being a little bit cleaner, and then the footsteps coming through with ever so better depth and a better read as a result of them coming through just slightly more. It just feels so clean, so natural for Call of Duty. I think it's probably one of the best sets for Call of Duty that I've personally tested. So, you know, it's like things that don't matter kind of get pushed away a little bit, and then the things that do are coming through ever so cleaner and cleaner during gunfire. So really a beautiful set for COD. For Valorant, I think it performs really, really close to the Arete and the Canon 2. I think for Val, the depth perception and the emphasis read just really nice with that additional warmth. And the separation and layering are just masterclass. I mean, you can shoot a Vandal, people can be shooting operators and spraying Vandals, and things just still come through, sound amazing with fantastic depth perception. The read in Valorant is just so easy in terms of when somebody exactly is going to pop out to really have that trigger finger ready with a greater sense of urgency. It is a beautiful set for gaming, and again, one of the best I have tried to date, mixed with its ergonomics and overall pristine build feel. It really is a super nice set, especially if it's the tonality you're looking for music. And I'll show you guys now some of my interactive comments in Call of Duty when I was testing this originally out of the box. One of the things that's absolutely amazing about this IEM is just how detailed the imaging is. Like, the airstrikes and the things that are happening around the map are so separated and, like, perfectly staged to be far enough away for you to still be able to hear the things that are close to you. And it's probably the IEM that, so far, to me, has probably done it the best for Call of Duty. Like, the imaging is just absolute masterclass, and things are just, like, pushed off far enough to be able to hear the things that are happening around you to a really great extent. And the, like, differentiation of the things that are happening, like, right above you and below you, just exceptionally good. And, like, being cracked right now, still hearing things to a really nice extent, so the occlusion is definitely not as big of an impact as most other things. And, like, really fast in attack and decay, too. Like, every time the airstrikes happen or, like, things are flying across above, like, it just terminates so quickly. And the impact of the range of things is just really, really well detailed. I mean, one of the cleanest IEMs so far and best performing competitively in COD that I've tested personally. Really clean separation and layering. I mean, look at that, like, imaging right there and, like, how important that flick is and how accurate. Like, this mortar strike happening is just, like, not a big deal whatsoever. I mean, The impact is definitely lowered. Still feels lively and everything, but just like lowered to the extent, I mean, I just don't really feel like I would have that much of an issue. Like, it's not overwhelming in any way, shape, or form. Just hurt him absolutely perfectly. Like, just the separation of both their sets of footsteps plus the guy flying in is really just, literally just masterclass.
Enemy soldier incoming. Resurgence has closed. No more.
Like, the imaging and depth perception are just so good, man. So I think that gameplay was about 6 games into my testing on COD and going back and forth in A and B testing with some other IEMs. And I have to say, a lot of the things that really like impressed me on first glance really are the things that kind of shine through past a few of the other IEMs on the list. The performance between an A- and a B+, it's close, but there's things that I think make a strong enough difference that if you're somebody who's looking for an upgrade, you're looking for something new in terms of an IEM, or you're just getting into IEMs, if you have the budget that allows you to pick up something like the Mangird Tea Pro, you can certainly check these out. Very good for gaming, especially if you're looking for something with really nice sub-bass impact. Not necessarily a bass head IEM, of course, it's rather balanced, but it's got good depth on the bass, great treble extension, and it's just an IEM that feels balanced, but again, a little bit leaning towards warmth while maintaining a heck load of clarity, fantastic imaging, great separation and layering. A really nice set. I love it for music. And again, really high rank here for the Mangird Tea Pro on the wallhack certified tier list. That's going to be it for this one, guys. I really hope it helped. If it did, please leave a sub to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace.